Hey, welcome back. This is the next installment in this. I hesitate to use the word tutorial because it's kind of really more of a journey that we're going on here as I'm figuring this stuff out. Anyways, this is a quick proof of concept that I wanted to run. I knew that I wouldn't have time to get to it during the week. There's just too much going on, so I figured let's do a quick proof of concept, show you the next step. So the idea is eventually what we'll have are 3 of these jars with different food coloring, probably red, green, blue. They'll go into a receptacle, I guess. We'll control the process. I'm thinking color-based is the best way to show it. Maybe it'll end up being something else. So today was really just a matter of setting up, getting a couple rubber grommets, the tubing, some food coloring in there to show what's going on, and just show the pump actually pumping that we control from the software. So you can see here that it actually went through. Now, in the beginning, I said that I would also include my mistakes, and being true to my word, actually today's been full of mistakes and setbacks. I actually, I think, cooked the PiFace. There was smoke. So let's start from the beginning, and I'll tell you the many things that I have learned today. Now, where I began was with the drill to drill the hole, obviously. Start with a smaller drill bit. I went right for the one that fit, and you can see it makes a big, gnarly mess. There's not a good circle, and you've got all sorts of things that are just dying to cut your fingers. And so, while I did go in and snip those, definitely start smaller. Use precaution, too, when you do this. Maybe file the edges down. And so you just lower the risk to yourself. Now, I was still able to get the grommet in well enough. It's rubber, so that made it easier. And I mean, really, I'm trying to go for a tight seal here, but because it wasn't a perfect circle, it made it an oval. So that was also something that I had to contend with. And you'll see that, the grommet's in there, and the tube went in rather easily, but that was when I realized there was a problem here. This is supposed to be a really tight fit, but not so much. So this leads me to my next lesson learned. You see, I was going for a very tight fit there and not so much. It's anything but. So originally when I said these were 3/16 of an inch, I just took it at face value, that's what it was, because that's the bin it was in. Outer diameter was supposed to be 5/16. And then I bought these grommets that were supposedly 5/16 inner diameter, and you see how that works. Not the end of the world. These things are cheap, but another bit of advice: always verify whenever you can, because people don't put stuff where they're supposed to go. So so that's my other lesson there. So now where I'm just going to end this, we're going to come back to this, and this is what you're not seeing behind the scenes. Was the fact that I really had just about no control over the motor from the computer. That's what I was able to control it from the computer the other night when I posted my video, but I got it turned on and then it didn't turn off. But also too, I think there's an issue with the amount of voltage or power going through there if you actually listen to the motor. And so you could just hear that thing cranking up. And it went, as I let this thing just run the first time through, this is actually the first take of this, the thing was just cranking, and then you could start smelling ozone. And, at first I thought it was the pump. The second time I ran it through, that's when I saw the smoke coming off the PiFace. So, and that, obviously I also wasn't able to shut this off. I had to manually shut it off. So that's when I realized I had a really big problem. So that was my day today. So I've got a smoked PiFace. Where is that thing? This was the transistor that was smoking. There's actually a little bump here that you can feel now. So I think that's done. So my Arduino's been ordered. That's on its way. But in the meantime, I picked up these little 3-volt motors. So I could start with those. I mean, what could go wrong?